Hello and how are you? My name is Muhindo Mark and I welcome you to our 13th video of creating a complete e-commerce web application using PHP, Bootstrap and MySQL. I hope you've been following from the first video until now. So today we're just resuming from where we stopped at in the previous videos. If this is your first video, I'll not stop saying it. Please make sure you go and watch all the videos before so you can be on the same page with us. With that said, let's go straight from how we stopped at in the previous video and proceed. Okay, so in the previous video we were able to display the products from our database and list them accordingly with their respective pictures. Then in this video, going purposely to concentrate on creating a single product page in a way that if you click on a single product, what should you see, or the details of the product, and then from there, maybe in the next video we'll proceed on how a customer can sign up and maybe add their products to cart. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, now before we proceed to creating a single product page, I'm going to show you something that is really important that you need in your programming experience, not repeating yourself, okay, or avoiding you to repeat yourself. For example, as you can see, we have created this user interface that is we have created this UI that is displaying what? The product photos, but you'll realize that when you proceed, for example, when someone is viewing a product, even somewhere, for example, when you're showing the related products, we may need again such a UIs, okay, or even when someone is at home, okay, maybe like you are in the shop, or maybe you're just at the home of the product, like the landing page, you see, you'll need again the same user interfaces. So will that mean that we will again need to design different HTMLs? Of course it is okay, but it is not very okay. Why? Because you'll be repeating yourself, and if you still remember, I always tell you, repeating yourself as a programmer is a dangerous thing, okay, when you start making complex project. So if you have any idea that can help you not repeat yourself, then you better use it, so that when there is a need for you to change something, you just go and change it only once, other than doing what? And then repeating yourself. So for us, instead of these UIs, since we have known that, hey, we may need them again, so let's go ahead and find a way how we put them in a function, and then we can be calling that function multiple times or anywhere, and we reuse it. So in future, when we want to change something in this UI, we know that we will just update only one function and the entire project will be fixed. Or in case there is an error with that user interface, we'll just fix that error only one time and the entire project will do what? Will be fixed. Then let's go ahead and do that, please. Okay, so the main point here, I'm going to put this user interface for a single product in a functions, and then we'll be calling it. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. So I'll come and cut this guy. Okay, so let's go ahead and create that function. Okay, let's go ahead and create a function. So I'll come to our functions. This function file is going to become so complex, but we have nothing to do. It's going to become super complex. I think the user interfaces, we should be putting them down to avoid mixing things on top. So I'm going to create here a function that will be displaying a product. So I can call it product UI, something like that. Okay, so we're going to call it function product underscore UI 1. So we may need maybe multiple user interfaces. As you can see in our template, you see how they are displaying a product here. Can you see different interface? And when you come here, and the way they are displaying here a single product, it's also kind of another different interface. So it means that we may need some different interfaces. Even you see here, when you're viewing here some products on top, you see, like here, different interface. So it means that we may need different interfaces. So I'm going to call this one product user interface U1. Or I can call it product item UI, something like that. Okay, so let me call the product item UI So it's for a single item, one, and then it will be receiving what? A product, what we're going to call a pro, and its task is going to be displaying the product. So as you can see here, it becomes interesting in a way that we cannot write here HTML straight within PHP. We cannot write HTML straight within PHP, otherwise it will become really complicated. Okay, so in PHP there is a way how you can embed still HTML within it, and then you freely write your HTML and again bring it back as a what? As HTML as it is. Okay, so to do that, there is this thing called EOL, or end of file. You can search here in PHP. I mean in your Google and search PHP EOF, not EOL, EOF. Okay, so it will do what? You can use it to put HTML within a project. So I can just simply come here and say a string or anything equals to, and then you write less than signs 3 times like this, like this, EOF, like this, and then after, when you finish everything, you come here at the end and say EOF and put the sign. So if you do like this, PHP will allow you to write anything here. Okay, so anything, even without saying that HTML or what, like that, and then it will be treated by HTML. And the beauty is you can even put there your what? Your variables inside. So after, we can return this string. Okay, so this gives us ability to write a block of HTML within PHP. Let me show you what we've just talked about, what we mean really. So I'll copy this name of the function and then come here to our shop file and then come on top, so that we want first test this product, this thing. So this guy, okay, I'm going to call it, and maybe I'm going to give it just a simple variable test, and then die here. So if I come and refresh right now, you'll see we cannot see anything. Okay, so it means that it is returning for us something. So the only thing is for us to print it by maybe putting it before echo. Then we'll see that we're able to print everything, or the other HTML. So that means that we can put a block of HTML within PHP. Okay, so if I come and do like this, something like B, and say lerv, and then put here B, you see, lerv has come. So now what if you want to put there the variable? Now since you see we know you are passing a string, when you are calling this guy, we are giving this as a string. So I can as well put this variable within this block of HTML. So let me say I can come and put here be like this. You see, so it means that this variable is going to come straight and use it here. So if I come and refresh, you see, it's beautiful, love, and then the test. So it means that we can put our block of HTML within PHP. So the main bit here, we don't want to repeat ourselves. We want to do everything once and then reuse it. So what does it mean? It means that now between this EOF, I'm going to put there my code of what? Of displaying a single product. And then when I want to display a single product, I'll be just calling this guy, and it will be returning for me the what? The UI of a single product. So we'll have put everything in one file, and then we can reuse it. You get it, eh? So let me go ahead and undo here. Okay, so I'll come to our single product and I collapse it, this guy, I cut it. Okay, I can cut from here to here, you see, and then I come to this function and I put here between EOF like this. It may look messy, but that's the only way you can save yourself from repeating multiple things that are not useful. I don't know why it's bringing a warning here, but no problem, don't mind about the warnings. It is just a plain HTML. So I hope it is still okay. Or maybe here, instead of I don't know how we can call functions, Maybe that is what is causing problem here, like calling functions and the rest. I don't know. Let us see first what we'll come up with, and then we can fix. Okay. I've never used it also. It's my first time because I always use other advanced things. So let us go ahead and call it here. So it means that we may not even need to break this. But let me go ahead and call it. Then we should be ready to fix things. Things are going to break no matter what, but we should be ready to fix. Okay, so here I'm calling it and I'm giving it the product. Of course, the errors are going to rise. There you go. So let's go ahead and start fixing these errors. So the first error, I think they're saying the error is on what? Line 331, unexpected. Okay, line 331 here. So 331 here, they say they did not expect something. Let's see what it is. I think this PHP is not supposed to be there, so we're not supposed to put the PHP tag itself. Let's try to remove this and we see, so that we just put the variable directly, or we should surround it, I think, with I don't know. Yeah, okay, so you see, I think it works. We have to surround it with either let me see, we have to surround it with curly brackets instead of putting PHP. So you surround with curly bracket, it will be treated like a variable. I hope so. Let's go and refresh and see if that error is no longer there. So it was on line 331. Beautiful. The error is no longer there. Okay. So let us go ahead and do it for the rest. So here I will go ahead. I hope it can as well call the function and surround it with the curly bracket instead of PHP tags. I hope it can call function, but I don't know. It won't, I think. So if it won't, no problem. We're just going to come here on top of it and then maybe say thumb or thumbnail equals to, and then we'll have to call our functions outside this guy. Okay, so I'll cut this guy and then put here, okay, like this, and then come and paste this guy here where there was the thumb here, like this. So I hope you get it. So instead of calling a function within this guy, I first call the function here on top, I save it somewhere, and then I print it here. So I hope that error is also gone. Now we have error on 336. So these should be used of them. So 336, so I'll have to remove this guy and surround it with what? With curly brackets, curly bracket like this. Okay, and then come and also do the same here. So by doing like that, we will not be able to repeat ourselves. Those are the techniques that we need, like this. Great. And let's do it here also. Cut the price and then remove these tags, surround with curly bracket like this. What else? I think they're done. Are they done? Are they done? Yeah, there's no more crying. So we know that now when we have a problem with this UI, we just come straight. We know where we'll have to fix it from in the whole project. And once you fix it, the whole project will be what? Will be fixed. So that's the whole beauty of creating functions. They look boring, but once you do it, you know you do it once. So refresh, boom, everything is beautiful. Apart from undefined variable 1000. Okay, defined variable 1000. Oh, you are supposed to put here. I'd put here the dollar sign, so it was taking like a dollar, like a product. So everything is okay. Now we have to echo here. I have to echo, right? We have to put here the equal sign, so it should be displayed. So everything is all right. You see, that is really nice. That is so nice. Yeah, that is so nice. Yeah, I hope, is it? It is nice. Let me see. What's the difference between our shop and this guy's shop? Left grid. Yeah, let us see. Ours, theirs, ours. Something is not right. Is it zooming? Reset. Something isn't right. I think everything is okay. I don't know. Something seems like it's not right. We'll see. Okay. So I'll come and cut this. So since we are not displaying HTML, so it means that you can as well remove this useless breaking of HTML and then just say echo like this. You call the method and call the function and give it a product. Then it will do the whole logic of displaying what? A single product. Something is not right. I think yeah. What is not right? I don't know. Is it zooming? Yeah, it is zooming. Yeah, now they look similar. Click here. You see, everything it looks similar. Yeah, that is great. Okay, so I click on a single product. It should be able to take me to single product. Okay, that is great. So without wasting, now we know when you want to change something, we'll just simply come to functions and we come to specific this function for displaying a product, and we update once, only one time, and the whole project is updated. That is really beautiful. Okay, so let's go ahead and proceed now to displaying a single product. We have 15 minutes. I hope they will help us. Okay, so let us be a little bit faster, okay, in displaying a single product. To display single product, of course, we'll have to come to this file of displaying a single product. Okay, so when I click on the single product here on the template, I see this is what we see. So let's go ahead and do what? And do that whole logic of displaying what? A single product. So we'll need this single product page. So these guys, they have two. You can look for the one that you want. So you have pages, and if you come, you see, I think they have more than one. Okay, where there is this is shop layout. Yep, they have more than one. Single item, we have this one also. You see, this is a UI that you can go with, but to save time, let us go just with the one UI, this very one. So this very one is called shop single HTML v1. Shop single v1 HTML. So let's go ahead and look for it. So we'll come to our template. You can press Ctrl P and paste there the name of a file. It will take you to the file straight. Okay, Ctrl P and then the name of the file, or you can go straight to where the file is. Okay. Now, after doing that, the next thing is now to know what you want to copy. So we already have the header and footer. We just need to copy beginning from this word, sports hooded sweatshirt. So I'll go ahead and search for it. So I come to this single file and then I search for it. We have two, the one in title and the one in this guy. So here we go. So go ahead again and collapse the title, page title, and then collapse the main page details. So we'll also work on the reviews. If you want to put the reviews, we can go ahead and collapse them. So these are the related products, that bottom part of related products. And this is the you may like. So we may leave the you may like and we take only related products. So let's go ahead and copy from here up to page title up to here. Okay, from page title up to related products. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that and paste and then start putting the whole logic of PHP. So we'll come here and come to shop, product.php, while displaying a single product, and then come and remove this guy, display product, and then put here. Okay, here. So the thing may look too much, but that's the only way to go. Okay, so the thing will look too much, but we will fix everything. Okay, and everything, once you have the knowledge, the remaining is just time. All about time. Okay, so let's go ahead and refresh our page. Beautiful, everything has come, and only the zooming is not working. Yeah, we'll find out the zooming. I think it's just a JavaScript file that we need to add so that we can be able to have that zoom part, but we'll come to it. Okay, now after having that, now let's go ahead and put here our product name, maybe here the product category, like that. Okay, let's go ahead and do that. To do that, of course, we'll have to first select the product from database, but we have been sending the ID in the get. Okay, so let's go ahead and collect this ID that you see in the get, and then do what, and then get the product from database and then display it. Okay, let's do that right now. And so so what, yeah, I think we'll need a special file to get product details, a special function to get the entire product details. So let's go ahead and do that. First of all, we'll get the ID. So to get the ID from what, from the post, we'll have to come here on top. Okay, and then check if is set the get of ID. If is set, get super global variable ID. So if it's set, then we say ID equals, by default let's make ID equal to 0, and then after we say ID equals to like this. So since our all IDs will be integers, so let us type cast it to int okay. So and then after so we have the ID. So let us check here in the bottom if ID is less than 0, I mean it is less than 1, because our ID is of product will always be more than 1. We die and say ID not found. So I say if ID is less than 1, is less than 1, let's die here and say product not found, like this. Okay, so I mean say ID not found, but you can display a better user interface than just dying. So if I refresh now, if I put maybe, let's say someone just came without giving us the ID, then we will say ID not found. So let's go ahead and now get the product. I think it's time now we create a function for getting the product details and everything, other than moving around. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. So I think for it to be here on bottom. So now we have the ID, so we'll include the header that comes with function file. The next thing you're going to do now to get the function, the product function, the product. Let's go ahead and create that product function that get the whole product details. Okay, so I don't know whether I've never created it even. I think I've never. Yeah, let's make it now. So go ahead and say function and call it get product. Okay, so for it will be just asking for the ID only. So we write the SQL manually equals to select all from products, and then we should also get its category details, products comma categories, because we want to give you also the category details. Okay, where product dot ID equals the ID that you have sent, ID, and then put and to link it with the product, and what, is called products.id. This is the name of the table, and then products, and then say and. It will write and as a word. It is an SQL and. So we link this product category, this respective ID, and products dot category ID. Let me make sure that I'm copying the right word. Category ID equals to categories dot ID. So that is a SQL that is going to get for us the product with its respective what, with its respective category details. Okay, because every product must belong to what, to a category. So let's go ahead and run this SQL. Okay, so to run the SQL is going to be it's going to be what? It's going to be we need first the global. We can as well cheat from here, from this select thing. So after the whole thing, we just come and copy from here after the SQL, and then we put it here. Can cheat as well. Okay, there we go. So there we go. I think we are together. So here I'm just getting the connection. Here I am running the query. Here I'm getting the rows. Here I'm fetching the ASOC, fetch associative array. So since we're expecting only one product, okay, since we're getting just product by ID, let us just fetch one time. We don't need even to loop. Okay, and return whatever comes. So from the other side, we'll be checking whether product was found or not. Okay, so let's go ahead and call this function get product. So we'll come here now to our product file, and try to call this function. So since we already have now the ID that we've got from get, we can pass it here. So let us see what comes back. Can say pro equals to, I can say p equals to, and then echo the pre-tag. Let me call it pro, and then echo here. We print underscore r. Print underscore r. We'll try to dump whatever has come back, and we see what we have. So if I refresh here, you see everything has come, and the beauty is even the category information has come. Only that the category its name it conflicted with its name it conflicted with the product name, and its ID was conflicted with the. So that's a challenge. I don't know how we're going to fix it in a way that we can even know the category name. That's a challenge. How shall we fix it? I don't know. I didn't want to get two things twice. That's what I was trying to avoid. Okay, let's go ahead and get the category also separately. So product category, can say category. So for category, we can put this getting the product category, this function within this product, so that they should come together. I don't know what you think. So that they come together. So when you call a product, it brings its product and its category. And we will know that when we're calling that, we'll be bringing the product and its respective category together. Yeah, let's do that to save ourselves from this burden. Let's go ahead and do that. So how shall we do it? So we'll have what we call let us first look at the scenario when the ID, maybe the product does not exist, and we see what shall be returned. Okay, so the null will be returned. Okay, so that is okay. Now let's go ahead and get this, the product, whatever returns, this is the function. So whatever returns, we put it where? We put it in data. So it will have data, and the first variable will be the product pro, and the second variable will be the category called the cat, something like that. So I will first check if the product was found. I'll go ahead and get its category. So I'll say if what? If pro is not equal to null, and then I'll know it's the category ID will be equal to procat ID. So I will know if it is not null, then I will have the category ID. I will just want to create a function that will help us not repeat ourselves. Okay, so that's the category ID, and then I'm going now to collect the category information. Okay, so I can use now our normal DB select and pass the condition. So I can just simply come put here. I can write as well our SQL. No problem. Let's go ahead and write the SQL from here. Okay. So the SQL is going to be, so right now here I don't need again to link the two. I don't need to put this guy and okay. So I don't need to link that. Okay. So the question is the query is going to be, here we're trying to get the product category details. It's going to be select all from categories where ID equals to procat ID, and remove this garbage like this. So we'll go ahead and do what? And get the category by using this fetch assoc. So use connection, and then I'll put here cat equals this, like that. So to make our structure standard, we should always put here by default category will be null. So before we display anything, we'll be first checking if category is not null, and then after we'll return the data. Return the word, that data, like this. Okay, so I think that's it. Okay, let us see if we don't have errors. So I'm dumping here the product and category, refresh, and quote object line 22. Line 22, so it is pro category ID. Let us, it's supposed to be what are they saying? Cannot use object. Oh, it's an object, really? Oh yeah, it's not, there's no fetch assoc, sorry. It's supposed to be fetch associative. So this is query. Let me see if I can attach here fetch associative array. Yes, so I'll also come here and attach here the fetch associative array. So refresh. Beautiful. So I have the product itself and the category. So before I display everything, I'll be first checking if it is not null, because that is very important. Okay, so that's beautiful. Okay, so let me first check, so I can as well, so now I have the data here, so I can say maybe pro. Now we can define now our product data equals pro, like this, and category equals to cat. So you can check if product is null, then we say product was not found. If this guy equals to null, and then say die product not found. Okay, you can as well check for the category so that you know you check once, and once someone passes this level, you know that it is everything is okay. Category not found. So would someone put a wrong ID, they will not be able to proceed. Let me say I put like this, product not found. But you can display these errors in better way, right? Okay, so now we have the product, we have the category. Now we can proceed. Let me show you how we've designed this SQL. I mean, it's not complicated. Just pause a bit and look at it carefully. This is our function for getting a product. We'll be giving it a product ID. So the first thing it will do, it will select all from the products where product ID equals to ID. You can remove even this word, since it is now one table only. You can remove this. It is just a specification. So you get the global, super global variable connection, then you get the first result, okay, and then you initialize it and store it in an array of product, that are in the array in this section of product. Then you also create another another category, and then also store it in null. And then you check if this product is not null, then you go ahead and get its category ID. Okay, its category ID, and then also try to get the category ID and store it in what, in this side. And then you also put it in cat. So the cat, you'll have two variable, the one of cat and the one, and you put them in array, and then return the entire array. So from this side where we are calling this guy from, you receive the data here. So you get the product and store it in the product variable, and the category, store it in the category variable. So once you do that, you go ahead and check if this guy is null, the product is null, then it means that the ID was provided in the get. Here in the get, it is not valid, you die. If the category is null, it means that the category that was provided in get is not valid, you also die. So if someone passes these three levels, mean that these two levels mean that the product is existing and the category is existing, then we can start displaying these things into what? Into a single page product. So I think that is straightforward. Now we're going to see how we display the data that we've collected from database into this single page, a single product page. So that's it for today. Let's meet in the next video now, when we're going to now display the real data into this. But we have learned how to collect things the better way from database, and we've also learned how we can create single user interfaces for things that we think we may repeat ourselves, whereby I've learned also this EOF. Okay, so please, let's meet in the next video, and don't miss until you finish everything.